Hi everyone, Carrie here for United We Game. Got a little bit of Fallout 4 here, back again with that, in between larger video series. And rather than an all-out video, you'll see that this is actually going to be a collection of screenshots, a screenshot gallery. Because truth be told, since the end of the holidays, I really haven't had much time to get back into Fallout 4. Returning to real life and work and all that goes with that stuff. My game time is at a premium now, and really I haven't had a chance to get back into Fallout 4 at any great length. I've played a little bit more since the last video, but not much. I think I was at level 11 at that point. I think I might be up to level 12 or something. I have gotten to Diamond City at least, so that's, I guess, a good thing. But here I just thought I'd share some of the screenshots that I collected throughout sort of the first few hours of the game, starting out with that big nuclear attack, right, that sets the whole game into motion. And then here's a shot of Vault 111 before the apocalypse. It all looks rather cut and dry, the place to hang out while things go not so well on the surface. You're supposed to be taken to a decontamination chamber to get all ready to be saved, I guess. And there you are. Once you get into your chamber, you're there, and then your significant other with your baby child, or with your baby, put into the chamber opposite you. And you hang out there and you wait. And you watch as your husband or your wife is there cooing and cuddling with your kid. And slowly things in the chamber begin to go dark and, well, rather frozen after a while, and you get a weird sense that something terrible is going to happen, and in fact it does. Because when you wake up some 200 years in the future, your husband has been killed, or your wife has been killed, and your child has been taken away. So that's the whole reason for getting out of Vault 111 and trying to figure out what in the world is going on. And so once you get out of your chamber and check on your poor, dearly departed better half, it's off to exploring Vault 111. And that's where, through the computer system that still is working in the vault, that's where you get a lot of the backstory about what in the world happened some 200 years ago. And it's really interesting. I usually am not I'm not a huge fan of reading in games, but I had a blast just going through each computer that worked to try to find out, sift through logs and see what happened. And throughout that process, you're introduced to some of the fun of the apocalypse, which can involve playing a game or two. In this case, on one of the systems, you find a holotape, which is, think of that like a CD, I guess, for 2075, where you could play a game called The Ren Menace, which is kind of like a Donkey Kong-esque game, I guess. It was a lot of fun to play for a few moments before getting back to reality. Now, once you're done in the vault, it's time to head up to the surface, and this is one of the early shots of the Commonwealth, as it's called, which is probably one of the most stunning things that I had seen up to that point. It was really amazing because you're looking out over this vast area, and your goal at that point is to find your home, which is not too far from Vault 111, and it is somewhere in the wreckage back there. It's pretty crazy to view that, to see that view upon coming out of the vault. So once you make it back to Sanctuary Hills, the goal is to find your home, and I think that's what I'm supposed to be doing at this point. It's rather dark. The game does go through daylight and nighttime, so it makes for some really interesting travel. Once you find your home, then it's on to, really kicking off with the game, exploring, gathering stuff, finding settlers, going on out and into the world. And this is this is me trying to build. And I think later on there's an actual screenshot of something that I tried to build. Y'all, I cannot build anything in this game. I'm really terrible at it. So I actually resorted to using prefab structures in most cases. But I gave it a shot, and I don't know. The whole system of building just doesn't work for me. I think this is just a shot of me reaching level 10, which was quite a nice achievement for me. I think this was... I'm looking at the screenshot. I can't quite tell where it is. It might be in the subway station. I don't think it's at the Corvega plant, although that's sticking out in my head. But anyway, reaching level 10, that was pretty cool. Another screenshot of just what happened over the past 2 years to the land. I think they did a really wonderful job just describing a decay and destruction in an environment. I really love that stuff just in real life. Generally abandoned buildings and all sorts of weird stuff. So seeing it rendered in this game is just really, really cool. And it's very enticing to go out there and see what was. So another shot, and I actually captured this one because dog meat is perfectly positioned so right there on the hill. It really made me laugh. I was like, what in the world is he doing? Yeah, some of the graphical oddities in this game are quite fun to come across. But I think that's a view of, is it the plant or it might be Diamond City? I'm getting my places mixed up. It's actually been a little while since I've looked at these shots, as you may be able to tell. Again, just another example of sort of the decay of life over time. And it was great actually to see, what Boston at this time may have looked like in 2075, considering it's now 2277 or something like that. Just some really cool little design elements peppered throughout the world are really neat to see. So yes, I did make it to Diamond City. There were lots of signs. And you'll see me off there to the left. And of course, I think there's a shot coming up. As soon as I killed one of the Diamond City guards, of course I take all of his armor and, plant it on myself, because that's how things go. The better the armor, the better it all goes. And then as soon as I can get it on me, then there you go. So yeah, there I am all decked out in in what passes for armor in Fallout 4. It was really cool, actually. It is pretty cool to see all the stuff that gets cobbled together to make weapons and armor and buildings, quite frankly. Any pieces of this or that. So I did spend a little bit of time in Diamond City, not a lot. I don't think that I've made it quite past or have I even made it? I think I've gotten my first quest relating to Piper. This is Piper, let's see, Piper Wright, I'm sorry, one of the characters that you meet in Diamond City. And she was interesting to talk to. And from that conversation came a whole bunch of stuff that I have to do, which involves finding my son. Finding the kid who was kidnapped. Moving on from Diamond City, I didn't get started on the first Diamond City quest. I think that's where I've left off actually with the game. So this is my one and only building from scratch building in Sanctuary Hills. It looks terrible, but it does function. I actually managed to get the roof on it, which was about the worst thing ever because the stupid pieces just didn't want to go where I wanted them to go. So there it is. Yeah, a little structure. That is my character, all garbed up in the armor that she got from Diamond City. A very funny little screenshot. She has a bit of attitude in her stance, and I kind of like that. And just the landscape and the funky abandoned railroads, which I absolutely love. Finding them across the land and using them actually to travel rather than the roads, because you never know where the railroads led or lead. I think this is just, let's see, this is a view from, I'm looking at it now, from behind Sanctuary Hills, is it? I might be getting that mixed up. But I just have, again, a lot of screenshots of the landscape of, what things look like now. It's actually pretty sad when you think about it. And on United We Game a while ago, one of our admins, Hat Monster, he wrote an article about how Fallout is kind of depressing. I mean, you think about it, waking up 200 years after the apocalypse, and oh my God, what a shock that would be. So again, this is just another view of the wasteland. And shrouded in fog, which I just thought was really, really cool. Uh, but yeah, the idea of that actually happening and what somebody would do in that situation, regardless of anybody being kidnapped or not. I mean, it's kind of mind-boggling to think about. I have a couple views here of the landscape just beyond Sanctuary Hill. So this is the river that runs across it, around it, basically, part of the river. And this is one side, as you're facing the river and looking out. So everything that you want, or most everything that you need, is out in front of you somewhere. So that's just one view. And then this is another view. There's the water tower, which is a good landmark to always keep in mind. If you're looking for where you are supposed to be, you're near that water tower. They're very, very helpful. But some of I love the beautiful sky that's captured right there. And, as I said, Fallout, the world of Fallout is really, really sad. And it remains strange to come across things like this. Like here was somebody who was fishing. And to see things like that in state, to see people as they might have just been hanging out in a restaurant, at home, fishing on a pier, or sitting out looking over the water to see skeletons in state is just really kind of creepy, but cool in a way, I guess. So here we are. This is one of my final view of Sanctuary Hills as I left it. I think I even see some people or a person walking around in the background. So, I don't know. It's been fun so far. Like I said, I really hope to get back to the game at some point in the future. Probably won't be anytime soon, but as soon as I do get a chance to make another video, I certainly will. I really hope that you have enjoyed going through these screenshots with me, and I'm happy to share them with you here. So, if you like what you saw here, please give us a thumbs up. Have any questions, leave them in the comments, and please subscribe to United We Game here on YouTube. New videos go up every single day. Also check out United We Game elsewhere on the internet, on our site, WeGameUnited.com, on Twitter, @UnitedWeGame, and on Facebook, Facebook.com/WeGameUnited. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.